recognize the vital contributions each of your organizations have made towards this initiative. Your collective efforts have not only strengthened animal health system, but also key in supporting the Renew Hope agenda by ensuring that our agricultural system are resilient, productive, and capable of meeting the nutritional needs of our growing population. Together, we have deepened our understanding of the PPR and Newcastle disease and developed effective strategy for their control and prevention. Of emphasis are the development of guidelines and protocol for disease control and management, enhancement of disease detection and reporting capabilities of field surveillance officers, particularly in Kano, Plateau, and Bauchi states, and capacity building for veterinary services delivery and livestock stakeholders, among others. These efforts directly contribute to the President's vision of building a food-secure nation, where agriculture serves as a pillar of economic stability and the foundation for improved nutrition and health for all Nigerians. Ladies and gentlemen, while this project marks an important milestone, we acknowledge that our journey is far from over. The path ahead calls for continued collaboration, innovation, and sustained effort to support food security, enhance livestock health, and create sustainable agricultural practices that benefit all Nigerians. Let us reaffirm our collective commitment to the goal of the Renew Hope agenda, which seeks to empower all farmers and ensure access to safe and nutritious food, and build a more resilient and prosperous Nigeria. Our continued partnership, we are well on our way to achieving these goals and transforming our agricultural landscape for the better. As we continue this journey together, may we be guided by wisdom, unity, and a shared purpose. Thank you once again for your dedication, expertise, and invaluable contribution. As I delightfully declare this close, As I delightfully declare this close out meeting open, may we continue to thrive in our collective pursuit of a brighter future for Nigerian livestock, agriculture, food security, and its people. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for Mr. Lua Fisayo, and a very big thank you also to the Minister of State for Agriculture for the support of the ministry in the project Lidiski. Ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Minister of State of Agriculture, representative of delegation of the European Union to the Federal Republic of Nigeria, reps from the World Organization for Animal Health, and of course, Dr. Miriam Mohammed, Executive Director, NVRI VOM, the Chief Veterinary Officer of Nigeria, Project Coordinator Lidiski. Thank you for all you have done, but I think we have come to the point where we are going to take an overview of the projects, the key results, and of course, recommendations. Like the representative of the minister said, even though this is a closeout session, the work is far from being done. And I'd also like to quickly recognize some partners and PropCom Plus, GIZ, BOPIC, MSH, Heifer. If you're here, just raise, let's just acknowledge that you're here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. A round of applause for them. A round of applause for PropCom Plus, GIZ, BOPIC, and MSH, Heifer. Thank you all for your support on this project. Like I said, it's time to take an overview of the project, check out the key results and the recommendation. And who better to do this but the project coordinator, Lidiski. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and help me make welcome Arnold Bataille.
All right, I will try to put this here. Okay, it's working. Yeah, I think we're good. Okay, is this working? Perfect. All is set. Distinguished guests, dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming here. Welcome to the Lidiski project closeout meeting. Before you have the well-deserved coffee break, you need to hear more about the key results and recommendations of the project, because maybe some of us after we have to hear about it and really grave these messages in our retina before we are having people living if they have to. So here, what we are presenting are the results. It's not going on the right direction. Trying to move backwards, but it's not working. Yes, it's working. All right. So as Dr. Mariam already said quite a lot of key messages, but here we really need to see them and hear about them again. So we are working on two diseases, PPR and Newcastle disease. We have a main objective, which is integrating knowledge collected from actors in the animal health sector to provide tools and know-how to implement sustainable surveillance and control strategies against those two livestock diseases. So we were 4 partners, CIRAD in France, IZSV in Italy, and here in Nigeria, NVRI and ICORE with many other collaborators among the animal health sectors. But, I mean, at CIRAD in France and IZSV, we are very far away. We were here a supporting team. All the achievements here is the achievements of Nigeria, of the colleagues here in Nigeria. All this data you will see is your own achievements, and that's why it will be easy to move forward and scale up all these activities and have a real impact, because everything is set if there is a will. So, what was the logic? We wanted to improve or contribute to improving the livelihood of smallholders. And how to do that is by improving the surveillance and control of livestock diseases that are impacting them, mostly PPR for small ruminants and Newcastle disease for poultry. How were we planning to achieve that? It's by 3 main types of actions. One was improving the capacity of the animal health actors. The second was to improve our understanding of the epidemiology and the socioeconomics of the 2 diseases. And third one, to improve the engagements of the communities in those actions. And from these, building tools that can be used to scale up all these new strategies for control and surveillance of the 2 diseases. For these actions, we did training and many other actions that you will see right now. First, about improving the capacity of animal health sector. From what we've heard from the people, because we went back, we asked, and indeed all the people we trained and who were trained said, NVRI, Ministry of Agriculture, said they indeed had improved both scientifically and technically for different skills. Monitoring the evolution of the diseases, for example, evaluating the intervention and control of the 2 diseases, they fought with limited resources, and being able to facilitate communication with the communities and implementing high-quality laboratory diagnostic and notably virus genetic analysis. And that was on that slide. So those are the new skills clearly obtained by NVRI and some staff of the Ministry of Agriculture for the research and control and surveillance of the two diseases. We also trained actors at the community level, so capacitating community animal health workers and also trainers to train those community animal health workers, all following the curriculums of the Veterinary Council of Nigeria. Really having an important approach of including linkage with distributors of medicines, vaccines with NVRI, and providing technology-enabled disease reporting. And going back to cows, they did indeed report it, a progress in terms of their capacity to do disease identification, to find safe vaccine, and have safe practices, and in their ability to communicate the right information to the farmers. And many of them did very well, providing, being able to open some shop and have open business. So good achievements here as well. We increased the capacity to produce and deliver the vaccines. So we have provided to NVRI clear recommendation for increasing the vaccine productions, and we heard from Mariam, this production has already increased, but it will increase even more in the months and the year to come. With the installation of solar panel at the NVRI headquarters in the outposts, we improve storage of vaccines and of samples. So that allowed NVRI to improve vaccine sales, to reduce the cost of energy, improve sample storage, transportation with timely diagnosis, and improve on-site clinical and diagnostic activities. Now, about the very important part of improving the engagement of the communities in the prevention and control of diseases. Here we used participants across the whole time of our project. We did participatory data collection to have more knowledge about epidemiology, socioeconomics. We went back to the communities, something that is not done very often. We went back to the communities with providing the project findings. And we get from them key recommendations also. We use participatory approach to build these recommendations we are going to present to you. And we use also co-designing to evaluate our project. So going back to the beneficiaries to say, have you really improved something from the activities of the project? There was a lot of awareness campaigns. These are key to reach communities. And it's important to use an integrated approach for these awareness campaigns, using different media, and that's what we did, and that's how we reach the maximum amount of smallholder farmers, with radio jingles, with posters, flyers, also giving information through the community animations. We did reach over 200,000 smallholder farmers. And indeed, going back to the farmers, they did report improved knowledge on husbandry practices, disease identification, the benefit of vaccines, and how it should be administered. So indeed, awareness campaign did achieve its goal. The main work of the community animal health workers is to engage with farmers and distributors to provide what is needed by the communities when there is a lack of veterinary services, veterinary present in the area. And here, lots of different impact results on this, showing that community animal health workers did an amazing job when we did train them. But we need to link the information coming from the community animal health worker, notably from disease reports, with the disease information system of the veterinary services. And what we have built, what we are proposing is a platform, an information system that could be combined with the NADIS system existing here in Nigeria to collect and share information on surveillance and control, including the disease report from the community animal health workers about vaccination resources and data. So you have a centralized tool to produce evidence-based strategy for control and surveillance. So this is a tool we will show and offer to develop with the ministry. The last section is about improving the understanding of the disease, and this was the heavy work, going a lot in the field, going to communities that have never seen, have never been reached about to get their knowledge and information from them. Here, again, the importance was to have an integration of different types of knowledge and to have a comprehensive understanding of the disease. So we had knowledge from epidemiology, socioeconomics, from animal movements, from genetics, and we had wide coverage. You can see here the numbers. We went in many places and had a lot of data from the 3 states in Plateau, Bauchi, and Kano, so that we could provide risk maps of disease occurrence so it can inform strategies for evidence-based and efficient control and surveillance of the 2 diseases. The major results here are there is a widespread distribution of PPR in the 3 states and probably everywhere in Nigeria. And we have confirmation that it is a main concern for farmers. But the small ruminant population are poorly protected against the virus. That's why it's circulating so much. And we know that within the region, Nigeria is at the center and has an important role in maintenance and circulating the disease. So that's a very important role of Nigeria in taking the steps in controlling PDR. There's, for the moment, little use of veterinary services for prevention and controlling of disease outbreak. And here we are proposing guidelines to improve on this. And now, notably, we have identification of the local names for PPR for better reporting and communication with farmers, as communication is key for acceptance. Just going in the markets and looking where, asking where is your animals going, where are they going, how is it moving around. We know that even just looking at 3 states, we had movements. But just looking at 3 states, you see how everything is connected. So once you have a disease somewhere, it can quickly spread across Nigeria. So you have a high risk of spread among states, so it's calling for a collaboration among veterinary services from the different states with the federal level so that you have a coordinated approach in your control strategies. And the work we've been doing can help with that, because we can, with this type of analysis, we can identify LGAs that may supply most small ruminants and identify super spreaders, identify high-risk areas or places where it's more important to do surveillance and control of the disease. A lot of major achievements for Newcastle disease as well. Same thing, a wide distribution of the disease in 3 states. And you have the same strains also circulating in neighboring countries. Again, it's a regional problem. And again, we have confirmation that it's a significant threat to smallholder poultry, and that can lead to a transmission risk, also to commercial flocks. And a component of that is that there is a significant environmental contamination by the disease caused by the use of the thermostable live vaccine. So that's why there is a production here with the project of guidelines for ND vaccination that needs to be presented and validated with the animal health actors. Looking at the socioeconomic context, clearly when we went to the field, there's no question PPR vaccination is profitable regardless of the state of the species. You need to vaccinate, it will just, there's no brainer in terms of cost benefit. for the moment, when you go to the communities, disease risk medications relies mostly on reactive action. They see the disease, they do something. And most of the time, they don't do vaccination because there's no availability, they are not aware of it. But price is not an issue. They're aware there's vaccination, they will be ready to pay for it. So here, it's just a question of awareness, logistics, and getting on with it as well. And once you reach a community about awareness of vaccination, it can spread quite quickly within the geographic region. So quite quickly you can have an impact with those information. So going back to what we were hoping to achieve, here are all the indicators of the project saying that at every step, I'm not going through it, at every single step, we did achieve a lot here. And it's all thanks to the amazing work of our colleagues at NVRI and animal health actors, Federal Ministry, ICORE. And we cannot stop there. And everything is ready to move forward. And that's why, based on the lessons of the project, after discussions with representatives of the stakeholders, of the lessons of the project, we have redacted some recommendations that will serve to produce short documents that are aimed at policymakers, funders, and animal health actors so that they know what we propose as the most important step forward. We distributed them in 3 themes. Here we put the priority recommendation. We have 4 or 5 recommendations by axis. And these ones, we will present them in details in the afternoon. So I'm not going to go through them all, but we have one axis about enhancing community animal health integration with 5 main recommendations about that. We have an axis about moving towards evidence-based strategies for prevention and control of livestock, and we have another axis towards improving efficiency of vaccination. And if you don't believe everything I said, because you need hard data, you say it's fake news, well, you will hear all of it, how we achieved that, and what's really behind all what I've just said after the break. Thank you very much, and see you after the coffee break.
Thank you. Another round of applause for Arnold, please. And I like the suspense. After the break, we'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, like Anna said, it's time for a coffee break. But before we go for that coffee break, I'd like to just quickly recognize a few people who are also here. Please help me make welcome the Vice President of the Veterinary Council of Nigeria, Professor Matthew Adamu. Professor Adamu, where are you? Okay, welcome. Thank you for being here, Professor Adamu. And our coffee break is not just for tea, it's also for us to take a look at the gallery that has been created behind you. If you go to the back where you'll be having tea, I'd advise that you take a walk around the gallery, see real people where you can take a look at the projects, pictures from the project, information from the project, help you understand the stories, and of course infographics on the project. All of this is while you have tea. So enjoy your tea break, but I'd like to also invite our dignitaries, everyone sitting here in front, to please come up for a photo op very briefly before the tea break. If I can have Dr. Miriam, Arnold, your Honorable Minister of State for Agriculture, Dr. Kiu, please just come forward. Do we have the photographers ready for these photos? Yes, I think it's better on the stage. Yes. And then we'll have the teams join them. Hey, Dr. Benga decided to distract me. It's his fault. Can we please have some members of the team join them? All members of the team, please come forward in front of the stage. Please, yes, everyone. Please, let's have members of the team in front of the stage while we'll take more pictures. All right, we have some of the students who were part of the research work for Lidiski. They will be at the gallery and are happy to show our guests and partners around and to explain the outcome of the research. So while you take tea, Matthew, Chabiri, and Sandra will be on ground to take you through the gallery and help you understand the outcome of the research work. That is during the tea break. All right. Okay, can we have the traditional rulers? Please join, please forgive me. We have some traditional rulers whose communities, some of this research work took place. Let's have the traditional rulers join us. All right, everyone, photographers, are we good? All right. I think if we let the photographers, we might be here throughout the tea break. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for tea. So please, we'll be back in 15 minutes. We'll be back for the next session in 15 minutes. Enjoy your tea break and do enjoy the gallery work as well.